Hello everyone and welcome to our mentorship series. I'm Bhavik Kumar, your host and head of Medgami. It's my privilege to introduce you a man whose story is nothing short of extraordinary. From the humble beginnings of a small village in Haryana to becoming a global pioneer in ophthalmology and regenerative medicine, Dr. Virender Singh Sangwan. He is the mind behind life-changing innovations that has restored sight to thousands. He has trained and inspired generations of doctors at LV Prasad Eye Institute, built world-class research centers, and continues to push boundaries, whether through stem cell biology or even 3D printed corneas. But beyond the awards, the research and the global recognition, Dr. Sangwan is at heart a teacher. A mentor who believes that true success lies not in how far you go, but in how many people you take along with you. So join me as we explore his story. I promise it's going to inspire you, teach you, and maybe even change the way you look at your own journey. In this first episode, we explore the roots of Dr. Virender Singh Sangwan, a small Haryana village, early family influences, and mentors who ignited his passion for medicine and eye care. Discover the values and experiences that launched an extraordinary journey. Namaskar. As you all know, I am with Dr. Virender Singh Sangwan. Dr. Saab, namaste.
Namaste.
I'm sure this is epic, and epic for a reason that while I was in college and I was going through Maslow's hierarchy of needs, with the 5 phases of anybody's life, you've seen it all, doctor. And while you have seen it all, let me call this out, that self-actualization is a phase that you have seen, and you still talk about roots. In one of your videos that I read, I saw, and I believe, the grounded person that you are and the roots that you talk about. Let's discuss some of these, from you being a student to a mentor to thousands of ophthalmologists in the country today.
Sure.
So doctor, my first question, how about your roots from Haryana? Can you take us back to those early days of your childhood?
Well, I grew up in a very small village in Haryana called Mandola, in a district now called Charkidar.
Okay.
And growing up, it was a very challenging life, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I think it's a fantastic, for me, and I keep going back to there.
So doctor, in the hierarchy of needs, the basics are roti, kapda, makan, and from there you've grown to the stature where today we talk about a self-actualization phase, where you have whatever you need in the world, yet you are part of a charitable organization, doing immense research, doing as many treatments for patients of all walks of life. So a bit of that journey, if you want to call out.
I think the reason why I'm working in a charitable, I exactly don't know, but my motto of the life has been that I want to help as many people as possible, and that's you can do only if you are part of a bigger organization and you reach out to people. So that's my main motto.
So doctor, there's some spark somewhere that should have happened, because when you went to MIT, when you went to US, like I'm also from MIT, our families, our friends would say, if you have gone to US, you are not going to come back. And after 2 years, when you decide to come back, you were called crazy. There has to be some spark in your career that makes you come back, that makes you give back to the society. Do you want to call that out?
Yeah, that for me, that was a simple logic. As you said, everyone, when I went to the US, everyone told me that nobody goes back to India. Once you have come, you should stay back. And everyone tried me to stay back. For me, simple, that the effort I do in America, in the same effort, I can have a much bigger impact in India as compared to just making my own life. And fortunately, my wife was with me in the same decision. That's why we came back.
Great, doctor. So from a student to a mentor let's talk about a bit on the value system that you have inculcated in your life while you have grown this way. If you want to call out a few of those value systems.
I think growing up in a village, what it teaches is how to live in scarcity, how to live in uncertainty. Because I'm talking about 50 years back in a village, you don't have certainty of anything. And there are not a whole lot of resources. So what we were taught, work hard, love your country, die for your country. And that values continues to guide me even today.
Wow, this is deep. Doctors talking about uncertainty and scarcity. India is known for scarce resources, and while you have grown in LVPI, where you did get good opportunities to innovate, right? How did you handle resources that were required while you wanted to innovate?
Well, there is always, when I was in Harvard, I was daydreaming that when I go back, I can do anything. In LVP, I'll get resources left and right, fatafat. But what happened when I came back, in any organization, in any country, for resources, you have to have justification, you have to have a plan, you have to have a process through which you get it. So I think while I had a lot of opportunities, a lot of resources, but it is not unlimited. And that made me, innovation is what is required.
So doctor, let's dissect this a bit. The ask here is, I as a student, if as an ophthalmologist, would like to understand, how do I decide when to innovate, when to be creative, and when to actually follow the SOP to treat a patient? How do I go about doing that?
See, there is, for doctors, fortunately, there is every encounter with a patient, every encounter with a surgical procedure, or encounter with the industry person, there is an opportunity to think, can I do better than what it is? And for me, while I'm treating patient, I always keep thinking, how do I can do better than what I'm doing currently? Simply, if I give you an idea, there is something called tuberculin syringe, which is quite long, designed for doing a particular vaccination. But when I started using, I found it very long, one-handed is very difficult. So I started working with a company, say, can we make it half the size so that I can do with one hand injection? And we did it. But then another lesson came that if it is not commercially viable, that product cannot come to the market. So that innovation never come to the market because there was no too much of demand. The company said, I need at least 5 million orders to make it viable. So doctors need to understand simply a solution is not good enough. If it is not commercially viable, if you cannot do business around it, it cannot succeed.
So doctor, if I am practicing MD in medicine, I yet don't know that I'll be a specialist as ophthalmologist. What is it that I should look forward to become an ophthalmologist?
Well, that is not MD medicine in India, it is MBBS. And when you're in MBBS, then you start thinking about which branch I want to choose. So when we have internship, we rotate through different specialties, and mostly people make up their mind during that time. So each one of us is very different. Some people think, okay, I am cut out as a surgeon, so I want to go at a surgical branch. Some people say, no, surgery is not my cup of tea. But how I chose ophthalmology is very interesting. I chose ophthalmology in '87, not because I liked ophthalmology. I chose because I wanted to be a private practitioner.
Okay.
And at that time in ophthalmology, there was not too much of technology. I didn't have money. So I thought, okay, this is the branch I can practice. I don't have to spend, only my skills are required. And I don't even need an anesthetist. I can block my patient myself.
Right.
So that was very simple logic.
And it developed to you as a passion?
Once I joined, I think once I got into it, and the college I was in, there was not much to do. Even many of my seniors said, "इससे घटिया decision कोई नहीं हो सकता. You are a topper of your batch. You should go into some other branch like surgery, orthopedics, pediatrics." I said, "नहीं, मुझे तो ophthalmology करना है." And after that, I don't think I have looked back. And in every stage, I just found something unique to do.
So, as a student, if I have to look up to you as a mentor, what are those few things that I should keep in mind while from MBBS I want to pick up a journey as ophthalmologist?
First, you should look up whether you are cut out for a surgical branch or not. And you, during your MBBS and internship, you can make out, or maybe house job, you can make out whether you like a surgical branch or not. Number two, you should understand that it's a very technology-driven branch. So you should be techno-pro, technophile. Then you will be able to do a good justice. Third, you should have a service mentality, or service as a one of the key core factor, not only just earning money. I would think these three criteria will help you to decide.
And doctor, while I'm thinking about these three criteria and taking a decision, unfortunately in India, we don't have a choice that I still can become an ophthalmologist because it is based on certain grades, certain ranks and so on and so forth. But I still would like to see to it that I excel and actually become an ophthalmologist. So while I'm going through my internship, what are those 2-3 things that are still necessary for me to actually get where I want to?
No, see, first of all, if you know you want to be an ophthalmologist, then don't choose anything else.
Okay.
For me, somehow I knew that I want to be only an ophthalmologist. So I just filled only 3 choices: ophthalmology, ophthalmology, ophthalmology. I did not think. I said, if I don't get into my first chance, I'll do second time. If I don't, third time. So that is how it is globally, not in India.
Understood. So again, in ophthalmologists, there's super specialization like cornea specialist, retina specialist, glaucoma specialist. Is there anything else that I need to think if I want to become a cornea specialist?
See, if you want to become a cornea specialist or a retina specialist, then you need to figure out in retina, the way you examine the patient, the kind of lenses you use, it's a little complicated. The picture looks inverted, then you have to mentally check the image. For cornea, it is straight. What you see is what you see.
Okay.
And then do it. So it's very visible right in your face.
Great. So while I've understood from my perspective as a student, from a mentor's perspective, what does a mentor look at the student while he picks them as a fellow for certain kind of specializations?
I look up, when I sit in the interviews, I look up somebody who has a fire, which I can, through my conversation, I can judge that this person is not looking just for his livelihood. He's looking for some making an impact or a change in the society wherever he or she goes.
Okay.
So I look for that kind of a spark, and that when you have conversation for 2-3 minutes, you can make out.
Okay, that's one of the soft skills that you may have called out. Actual ophthalmology skills, if there are any that you may want to call out for our students here?
Ophthalmology skills, other than that, if they have cleared the exams, whichever, whether it's a government medical college or AIMS or a PGI, I think if they've gone through a good system, that's good enough.
Okay.
We really don't need you to be extraordinary in ophthalmology. If you have gone through the system, that's good enough.
Great. And also, do you, in the conversation during interviews, try to figure out whether the student wants to go back to his roots or whether he wants to go abroad and do his further masters or so on? So do you also figure these things out?
Yes, we do assess that, and we in our interviews deliberately give little extra mark for people who are from underserved areas.
Okay.
Both in LVP and here also we pay attention to those things, and we also encourage that after training they go back and set up something there.
Great. So doctor, now there are fellows and mentors, and couple of questions in terms of how conversations happen during treatments between you and your fellow. Take couple of examples, and if you can help us understand that.
For me, I just want to teach the fellows and residents in a slightly different, unconventional ways. For example, if they are rotating with me during surgery, I have fairly good idea about what their surgical skills are. So I won't hover around them. I trust them and give them full confidence that you can do.
Okay.
So I will not stay in the OT. I will stay out, and I'm available watching them, but they don't know I'm there. Similarly, in OPD, I would want them to see the patient, make up their mind, and then share with me, and then compare notes. So I try to make them independent learners.
And after they being independent, learning it, do you form groups and have conversations once in a week, or how do you go?
Yes. We have weekly classes. But what I do is, other than our routine hospital system, I make groups with my fellows, with my PhD students as a WhatsApp group in which we keep having the conversations.
Okay.
And I keep giving them some assignments.
So what I have understood, doctor, is that you're hands-on, but you know when to zoom in, when to zoom out. You also give them the freedom to do what they best know, and you also guide them, right?
Yeah.
Is this the way it happens in all medical institutes that you know in India?
No. It's very atypical. That what the fellows tell me, that it's very atypical and it's very unconventional, and you are something different. The more is hierarchical, and more people are critical about they do. They tell you have to earn your learnings. You don't get it just right away. Like this morning in my fellows group in Sarof, I put a note. Just I was reflecting on my journey. I said that the deepest transformation happened to me in LVP when I joined as a fellow. For the first time, I realized that I don't have to think about nepotism or favoritism. Here is a place where if I work hard and if I do produce results, nobody can stop me. Right. I said that was the fundamental change I feel changed my perspective in life.
So, last point, doctor, in this episode, if you had to advise the conventional medical institutes in the country today to get the best out of any fellow or any resident doctor, what's your advice to them?
My advice would be that they should try to find a way to get things done for themselves. Sometimes it's very difficult when you have a professor who's very conventional, so you have to find the sweet spot for that person and see if you can play with his strength, not his negatives or downsides.
Okay.
So you need to be smart, you need to be street smart to get the training that you deserve.
Great. So doctor here is giving us cues on how to handle situations which are conventional, how to also be the best as a fellow or a resident doctor, and grow with flying colors. Thank you so much for your inputs, doctor. Looking forward to another conversation on the other side of this frame. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
What an incredible journey from village roots to the lecture hall. In our next episode, we will see how Dr. Sangwan grew into a teacher, researcher, and pioneer, pushing the boundaries of eye care through innovation.